This is it.
This is it.
The Beards do
The Beard Starter Podcast.
The Beards start a pod. We did Yermo. That was
Yermo.
fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah. So I'm hanging out with Brian today, as you guys would know from the bio. Brian Collins. Yeah.
I thought we were using government
There
names.
was a call. They already know.
They already know.
There's a Collins. Remember when I went to the Collins restaurant in Flagstaff and I sent you a picture?
Oh, yes. That's right.
Yeah,
you did.
I'm going to go there again, purposely to send you another photo.
Okay.
Because I'm going to tell them that I know the owner and he lives in Southern California.
Every time I drive to Disneyland, on the 55, there. No, I'm sorry. 55 or 57, one of them, in Orange County, I think it's 57. There's an overpass wherever, and there's a big sign on it that says, it's the overpass for Collins Avenue.
Oh, yeah.
And
I don't think that's the 57. I think
it's the
you're
55.
right. Yeah, I think so.
I always want to stop.
I think that's by Tustin. I think it's further south, isn't it?
No, because it's on. Yeah, no, it's not. Oh, maybe it's not in Anaheim, but it's definitely Orange County because it says Orange County on it. It says overpass and it says Collins Avenue. Oh, okay. And I always want to break down in that spot and magically have.
Well,
that
we can't be
disappear.
Beard 1 and Beard 2 all the time, so I'm hanging out with Brian today. Brian loves Disneyland.
I do love Disney.
He always goes to Disneyland, and here's my thing, bro. So as you're gonna find out, and you know who I'm talking about when I say you, but you know, I had the event on Tuesday at the Rusty Bull Roadhouse.
Yeah,
it sounds like it should be like somewhere in Nebraska, but it's in Southern California. But you, Dick, couldn't come because you went to Disneyland. So
we were almost gonna be blocked out.
It doesn't matter. Like you should have been there to support me. No, but anyways, yeah. So you love.
I'm hanging out with
and
John.
You love. Yeah, no, not yet. I still got more for you, and you're a Rams fan, which is just.
Oh my god!
You know?
Dude,
maybe I shouldn't say that.
Say that. I'd be like,
you're gonna have to bleep that one out.
Talking about being a Rams fan, like.
I know.
It is so much worse, or so much better than being a Dallas Cowboys fan.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. But anyways, that's Brian in a nutshell. And we're hanging out. We hang out all the time. We laugh. And,
I'm hanging out with John.
Yeah.
And John is a Cowboys fan. Stupid.
Yes.
He's Italian.
I knew you were going to go.
I mean,
I was waiting for that one. Yes. Yeah.
So Italian.
Full-blooded. You got to say full-blooded.
Full-blooded Italian. He's an
exactly.
immigrant. I mean,
no, I was born here.
Oh, you were born here? I thought you were born in Italy.
No, I was born here. Let's not take that tangent.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
just. We're talking about immigration now, or what?
Not on the first one.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, then in that case, let's talk about your Irish roots. No. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like that's all really I know about you. I know that you're Italian. I know you like to cook pasta and make it a face, and you are a Cowboys fan.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't care. Look, I love the sport and I love that team because I've loved that team since I was in junior high.
I know, but why? Did you live in Texas?
No.
Did you live in Dallas?
No. It's weird because when
why
I was
would you pick that team?
Okay, so when I was in junior high, I had, my group of friends that I would hang out with, and we always wore Dodger hats, Bulls hats, because, we grew up in the 90s, and then cowboy hats. And I wasn't as into football when I was young as I am now, but it's always been in Dallas. It just was that way, So it is what it is, bro. It's not like I'm a new Cowboy fan because I have a picture. Matter of fact, I reconnected with a friend of mine from junior high, that one friend that I had. I had one friend in junior high.
That's not shocking.
No, but the one that lasted through even longer than junior high.
Yeah.
We reconnected on Facebook, and I was like, "Hey, dude, where you at?" He's in Vegas and stuff, and I'm like, "Oh, are you a Raider fan now?" And he's like, "No." But the thing is, he doesn't remember. He doesn't even remember taking the picture. But his mom took a picture of us. We were standing outside of his house or whatever against her car, and I'm wearing a Dallas hat backwards, with my hair sticking out like we used to do in the '90s.
Sure.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's.
I didn't wear a lot of hats when I was a kid, so I don't have a lot of that.
It's weird. I have a lot of hats, but I don't wear them.
I have a lot of hats, and I usually always wear them.
It's
I
really
have to
weird.
fight with myself every morning not to put a hat on when I'm trying to dress professionally.
Yeah, I know. When you don't wear a hat, it's kind of weird
It
because you
is.
wear
I
hats
feel like
every
it
day.
feels weird.
It's kind
I
of
have
weird.
a-
You should have worn one today.
I had a little sunburn back here because I went golfing the other day.
Speaking
and-
of hats,
yeah, I had a
we're
whole
gonna have
sunburn.
a B&B hat made,
Are we?
and yeah, I'm gonna go hat shopping to make sure I find a hat that really I feel looks good on me because I feel like hats don't look good.
Have
on
you
me.
ever tried legacy hats?
No.
Oh my god, dude! So I am a super fan of
Yeah.
legacy hats. It's legacy brand. It's called the worn in trucker hat or something like that. The mesh on it is so soft. I have like 9 of these hats and I just collect them everywhere I go that sells a legacy hat because it always has like a patch with like, you know, whatever you do. So I've got like Durango, I've got like 9 different of these hats from all these different cities and stuff like that. And I have a Dodgers one that's you know, it's from when they made it to the World Series in 2018. They didn't win it, but they made it there. So it was the World Series hat or whatever. They're just unbelievably soft, and I absolutely love them. And you can buy them and customize. You can get them customized. So,
Online only, or no? You said you wherever you go, you see if they have them.
oh
Is
yeah,
that
yeah.
what you said?
Yeah. They're a lot of people. They're a big brand to be customized and sold, you know, and like rebranded and stuff like that. So I definitely want to. We should definitely look into that. I would definitely wear our faces on a hat.
That's pretty cool. I'll have to legacy hats.
Yes, legacy hats. We'll look into those.
Yes,
I would
legacy
like
hats.
to have at least one not us subscriber before we look into those, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if anybody happens to be watching Beard Start a Podcast, because I keep saying the wrong thing.
No, the beard started by.
If anybody's watching us make this podcast and, you know, they want to, and they have a legacy hat, I mean, they're welcome to comment and we will talk about it in the next video. And if they don't comment for 6 months, then 6 months later we'll be like, hey, it's episode whatever, 300. Someone commented finally.
We are not doing 300 episodes in 6 months.
No, you get what I'm saying. I'm being very sarcastic.
Yeah.
We don't have time for that.
I was like, I do not have time for that. I'm
That's a
thinking-
lot of editing. Yeah.
So speaking of which, I'd like, we are hoping to come out at least every 2 weeks. I'd like to do one every 2 weeks.
To start, yeah. I feel like if we, okay, what I would like to do is, come
2 to
out
3 weeks.
3 weeks is too long.
Too long, I know.
Because if we actually have a fan that's like looking forward to listening to us banter and talk, like now they have to wait 3 weeks for us.
No,
Eventually, I would like it to be a weekly podcast.
Okay.
You know, so if we're able to do that, that'd be cool. You know.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. So we're gonna try for every 2 weeks then.
Yeah.
We'll try for every 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
And then we can up that if it is necessary.
Okay, I heard something interesting the other day. I was online scrolling. And you know where I heard this. I'm not going to say where I heard it, but you already know.
Definitely TikTok.
Yes. But,
My wife always says, "Oh, I was reading this article," and by reading an article, she means she saw a TikTok video.
which is usually not true. But anyways, no. So someone said, have you ever heard your phone or felt your phone vibrate in your pocket and then nothing happens?
Yes.
Right? There's no notifications, no nothing. And they gave it a name. They called it phantom buzz.
Oh, phantom.
Because sometimes my phone's in my pocket, like my back pocket, and I think it's ringing, and I'm like, oh man, I got to answer the phone or I got to check this text, and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know we have notifications that are.
My phone's right here, and I literally felt that about 2 minutes ago, and I reached in, and I was like, "Where's my phone at?" I was like, "Oh, it's literally staring me in the face."
Is that like a psychological, like our phone?
Probably.
That's weird, right?
I think that is very unusual.
Yeah,
But it happens. I think these things are so part of our culture and life now that I feel like everybody's looking forward. Like, oh, somebody just text me? Nope, nobody texted you.
Yeah, that's just
Still a loser.
you speak for yourself. Yeah, I just thought that was very.
Yes, it's another spam call.
Yeah,
It's another robocall.
Yeah, I know. Every day I get like 60 spam calls. No, but at least 10 a day.
The spam calls are getting ridiculous.
Which is really weird.
Yeah.
And they always want to give me tax relief, which I don't need. They want to give me $50,000 in credit lines, and then they want to refinance my house, but
I get like
sold
9,
my house. So
literally like, oh, we can refi your house and you can cash out. And
yeah,
I'm like, and it's funny because they always give me the principal and interest. They They always say, oh, your payment would only be like $1,600. They break it down for you, right? I've listened to a couple of them, and I was just like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, but I was like, and that's your total mortgage after you refi and cash out $50,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, so this is my total mortgage. No. Well, they're like, oh, no. You still have principal and your taxes and your interest that you have, taxes and insurance that you need to put on top of that. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's going to be more than my current mortgage because you just quoted me like $300 less. But with taxes and insurance, it's going to add like $700 to my bill.
You know what's weird to me about the spam calls is sometimes it's probably legit, but
Maybe.
sometimes it's some guy looking at your information on the dark web. Like, that's weird to me.
Yeah.
That, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, someone has your information and they literally know everything about you and they need one thing, and as soon as you say it, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the weird, like, it's just, like, it's almost like I have no clothes on in the middle of, like, a crowd. Like, that's how weird it is to me, you know?
I feel like I try not to talk to them anymore. Like, I'll listen to them, but, like, I almost feel like all they're doing is they're training AI to sound like you. They need enough words, they need enough variance for them to hear they've got your social, they've got your address, they've got all these things that they've hacked from all these different companies. Somebody's bought and sold them, and all they need is enough voice training on their end to sound like you, so that they can call in and start making changes and things to your bank accounts and all that other stuff. So I try to avoid talking to them at all costs. My thing is, if I pick up the phone and I say hello, I wait. I don't keep saying hello and then usually there's that like pause and then that bloop. There's like that weird connecting noise
when they connect.
And then oh, hello, Brian Collins, and I'm just like,
whoa, stop! Why are you doing automatically an Indian accent?
I mean,
because the ones that call me, they're from the Philippines.
Well, how do you know that wasn't my Philippines accent?
That was not a.
I feel
hello,
like
Brian
Philippines
Collins.
and Indian, I feel like is kind of similar when you say hello, Brian Collins.
No. The Indians would be like, hello, Brian Collins. And from the Philippines, they'd be like, is this Brian Collins? Actually, that was kind of British, too, at the end. Collins. I was thinking about, what's that movie? Love Actually. Remember Love Actually?
Actually, no.
Oh, well, one of the characters' names. This is like where my mind goes. Like, Collins, and then one of the characters' names in that movie is Colin. And I remember it because Colin. That's the... And I'm not even going to do the Trump voice. That's not going to happen today. That already happened on Beards Do Yermo. I did that, and that wasn't even good because we had no mics. So
no mics.
Impromptu, as you said.
Yeah, so hopefully this sounds a lot better than the last one.
Hopefully. So, I don't know. But anyways, two totally different accents, and you went straight to Indian. I wonder if that's like a thing because most call centers are... Well, I don't know about most, but a lot of call centers are from there. So I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter where they're from as long as they have a job and they're not scamming us. I could care less where they're from. So
yeah, that's true.
Then you get people that complain. Usually, older people will complain. And if you're old, I apologize in advance. But listening to
you just said older. I feel like they don't even know how old we are.
Bro, listen. Anybody over the age of 60 or 55. Let's go 55. Anybody over the age of 55, if they get a phone call and it's someone from India, they're automatically pissed off. Like, what does it matter where they're from?
Yeah.
Just let them do their job. They're doing their job. And then they'll say, I called my credit card company and it was someone from India. First of all, they may have an Indian accent. They could live like in Arkansas somewhere.
Right.
I mean, there's people everywhere from all over the place.
They just think if anybody who has an accent is automatically foreign. It's like the guy across the street from your house probably has an accent too.
Yeah. Freaking racist. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Is that racist? Or
it is.
That originist?
Is it racist or prejudice? I just had a conversation about this with a friend of mine not too long ago. We were talking about the difference between
conversation with your friends.
No, yeah. we talk about a lot of things. But anyways, we were talking about what the difference is between being racist and prejudice. And it's two different things.
Sure, of course.
Because being racist means you don't like a specific race.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter if they're good people or bad people.
Right.
You just do not like that race.
Right.
Prejudice means, like, if I see someone from that race, I'm like, ooh, are they good or are they bad because I don't trust them, or
I don't.
is it
I feel like
always an
prejudice
Indian
is-
collar
I feel
or a
like prejudice
Philippine
is even
collar?
more wider than that, though.
It could be.
I feel like prejudice is just anything that you. I mean, I really just feel like prejudice is any discrimination against anybody for any reason.
That's true.
Whether it could be sex, it could be gender. Well, it's the same thing. Gender.
Well, is it though? Let's not go down. You're going down many avenues
No.
here. Okay, it's too early on for that.
Yeah, it's way too early for political talk.
We're not doing political talk. We might touch on a subject or something or give our opinion on something that's going on. Maybe it depends on what it is. I don't know. That's a very weird. It could be I don't know. It could be weird in many ways to talk about politics and other things. So we're going to keep it very...
No, I think politics and religion will definitely keep ourselves.
Yep, I agree.
For the overall well-being of everybody.
Well-being, yeah, that's a good way to put it. The well-being of everybody.
The well-being.
Have you dealt with squatters before?
Not in a house that I actually listed.
No?
No, I have not. I've dealt with somebody being in a house. Well, actually, that's not true. I feel like I had a...
Well, this is why I was asking you about the squatter thing, because the people in Yermo, which is the gem of the high desert, there's a few gems of the high desert.
There are a few gems up
No
here.
offense to Lucerne Valley, no offense to Pinion Hills, no offense to Little Rock, no offense to Yermo, no offense to Newberry Springs. I don't know, there's so many other weird... Daggett.
All them. Let's move on.
Oh,
Who cares?
Okay. All right. Look forward to that hate comment. Anyways, no. So there was that squatter there when we did saw the dogs or whatever, and I think it's on our Instagram, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So we'll have to. I gave the owners like an eviction company to start that process and stuff. And I told her, it's easier if evictions are, especially in the state of California, evictions are easier if you're already on the market because you have an intent to sell the property. So she asked me if I could negotiate with the lady who lives there. And I'm like, well...
The squatter who's not living. Who's
with 12 dogs.
Crashing there.
Yeah, with 12 dogs that leave the fence and chase you. It's like ridiculous, and they can keep up with a car going 30 miles an hour. That's just crazy to me. And they follow you
for so fast,
dude. And they follow you all the way down to the main road. So if I'm gonna do all that, drive on dirt roads and go do that in between dogs and who knows how the house looks inside, we need a listing contract. So this is my problem, dude. Everybody out there says we get paid too much. Realtors get paid too much. All they do is hand keys over and sell a house and make a ton of money.
Yeah.
What they don't realize is this is why I love doing these kinds of discussions, because it gives us the opportunity to be like, no, first of all, that's not how it works.
Right.
The real estate part of it is easy, right? I was just talking to escrow this morning. I was like, no, look, the real estate part is easy. It's the people and what happens on the back end. Because what people don't realize is that we are involved with a transaction or with a seller or even a buyer sometimes for months, sometimes even a year. Like the one I have here locally, it's a year, and I have it, and the house hasn't sold because of their own personal reasons that I'm not going to go into. But people don't see that. All they see is the percentage, right, and the money that you make afterwards.
Yeah.
So they just don't see that part of it. So anyway, so that's where it's very frustrating because people don't understand that part of it. And then they're like, oh, well, why would I pay you 3% to sell my house? Okay, well, why would you pay your lawyer $250 or $400 an hour to give you advice, right? It's the same thing.
Yeah. It's professional advice that, not everybody
because
has.
it's not just about selling the house, getting a loan, and handing keys over.
You don't just put a price tag on the house and then everything
and then walk away and then, yay, we sold. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not about that.
And I feel like coming up with the price is also a lot of... There's a lot of factors that go into coming up with the price. Most people just look at Zillow and they go, well, look, my neighbor just sold their house for $600,000. I want $600,000.
Yeah, but their house is 1,000 square feet bigger, has a pool, it's remodeled.
It's remodeled, and it's just like, no.
And it's 5 years newer. Like, and
there's so many factors that go into it that we have to make those adjustments for. I had someone, I had a listing that sat, it didn't sat, it was vacant for the whole time that we were selling it, but the like 2 days before we closed. Was it 2 days before we closed? Maybe the day before we closed. I went out to get my lockbox and kind of look at everything, or whatever. And number one, my lockbox was missing. And I was like,
Yeah, they get stolen all the time.
yeah, I was like, okay, that sucks. Like, where'd those keys go? Thankfully, I have a safe in my truck, so I always keep a key in my truck just in case the lockbox goes missing.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's fine. And as I was going to unlock the door with my truck key, with my backup, I look over and there was like the windows were lined up or whatever, and there was like, it looked like cardboard boxes all in the windows. And I went, oh no. And so I kind of
that's not what you said.
I was like, I did not say oh no.
You were like, oh shit.
Yeah. I was like, honestly, I was probably like, mother.
Yeah, man.
So I was just like, I walk around the house and I noticed one of the windows was broken, and I kind of peeked in the window that I could see in, and it was, they took all the whoever broke in, they took all the closet doors and put the closet doors up against all the front-facing windows so nobody could see in. And I could see there was
knowing
a bunch
me,
of
I would have
crap.
pushed those closet doors down.
That house was a rental that once the renters vacated, the seller took like 6 months to have the house completely remodeled, updated, like remodeled the kitchen, like changed walls, like had massive, like had actual construction done. And it was the day we were closing. It was the day, because I was like, I don't know what I was going to do with the keys. I was trying to figure out. I was calling the agent, trying to figure out what we were going to do with the keys.
Yeah.
And so we were already closing and everything. And so I called the police and I said, hey, there's somebody inside my house, like whatever. They showed up and they walked the house and there was nobody there. But when I went in there, there was crap all over the place. Somebody, like, they'd been like taking baths in the bathroom, and like there was dirty clothes everywhere. And they had moved one piece of staging furniture that the stager was like, hey, look, this one's kind of old and I don't really want it anymore. So if you want me to just leave it, I can just leave it. And we're just like, yeah, that's fine.
That works out, yeah.
So there was like a random chair in there. Well, they wanted to bring the chair into the master bedroom instead of the living room. And they destroyed the molding all the way down the hallway and in each of the doors because the chair was too wide.
Yeah.
And so they were just like bashing it. Oh,
But you get paid too much.
yeah, I get paid way too much.
That's like one I had in Phelan. It was to be fair,
it was feeling.
it was no. That's not the Phelan part. But to be fair, it was pretty much a grow house.
Oh, yeah.
And the problem with the grow house is that it lingers on because people think it's still a grow house.
Sure.
At first, the seller was like, no, that's not a grow house. And I was like, I can tell by the walls.
Yeah.
Like, you put vents in the walls in between rooms, right? So they can vent the house.
Right.
And when they re-drywall, it's not like professional drywall. So you can literally see the cutout of the fan, right? So I'm like, are you sure? Because it looks like you just repaired that. And anyways, it ended up coming out that, yes, we disclosed it. Because I'm like, I'm not getting in trouble for you.
Yeah.
And so, okay, you want to talk about squatters? The first week that I had it listed, we got the drone shots done, we got everything done, and someone tried to drive their car through the double garage door, banged the garage door all up, like the tracks popped off, the wire, all the cords and everything popped off. So that was number one. Number two, they broke in through the back door. They moved, for whatever reason, they moved the stove to the middle of the family room from the kitchen. I don't know why. Maybe for the copper.
Right.
I don't know.
Probably.
The access to the attic in the pantry was open. So I had to call the cops twice to come out and clear the house because I didn't know if there was anybody in the attic, whatever. Luckily, there was nobody there.
Yeah.
But there's so much damage that now we have. There was so much damage that now the seller had to cover that. And guess where the seller lived?
Right across the street?
No.
Oh, no, a different state.
Northern California.
Oh, yeah.
So they're not going to drive down here to take care of that. So who takes care of it? We do. We have to be there for
Absolutely.
all that stuff. So yeah, but I got paid too much for it, according to people that
you definitely got paid too much. Right?
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, I think as far as the Beard Starter podcast, I feel like this was a great start. And
there's so much more I want to talk about, though.
We
Not
have-
real estate related, though.
I know. We have plenty of time.
Okay. Well, here's a question for the viewers. Then
We want to keep this
Yeah.
show short, commuter friendly.
Yeah. So here's I'm gonna bring something up real
Hold on.
quick from the other day.
Your face isn't even in the camera. You're like right here.
Okay. I was like that for a while, bro. Why wouldn't you tell me?
I'm trying not to look at the camera. Sorry.
You're a freaking jerk, because now that means that. Okay, so here's a question for you. Okay, so here's a question for you then. We brought this up the other day, and we kind of had a little argument about this. Not an argument, but
Probably an argument.
do you know where I'm going with this?
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
You
So
can share any of your notes with me.
I have no notes. This is all from here, baby. This is all from right here.
What are you staring at your computer so much for?
I don't know, just
Looking
looking
at porn
down.
or something? What's going on?
No, actually, I
I
have.
thought you were like reading from a list of very well thought out notes.
No. I have CapCut, or not CapCut. What's that app? Slack. And I was looking at, because I could see the video of my car.
Oh yeah.
Because you posted that, and because that's what you're looking at, and then it's that logo of us that I'm looking at, and
That's my notes.
intro.
Intro.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you my notes real quick. All right, so this is what I'm going to talk about. So the other day we talked about candles. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So funny.
Why do our pictures on Slack look the same? I thought you sent that right now until I saw the white tie on my photo. Whatever. Anyway.
Oh, it's your white tie. I see.
Yeah. Okay.
It
So
was just weird because I made a candle reference this morning. I was talking to my wife and I was just like, it's not like we make candles. So that was just really
well, okay. So the candle thing you brought up was that you said that there are candles that smell like food.
funny. Candles are always food smell.
Yeah, but I said some of that stuff is not necessarily a food. It's a candy. Like, you can't say,
Candy is food.
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You know what food is to me? A sandwich. You know
To
what food is
you?
to me? Like, even an apple is like,
Food.
it's a type of food.
If you put it in
It's
your
a
mouth
fruit.
and you are ingesting, that is food.
No.
Coffee is food.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Coffee is...
Coffee is
I'm
food.
about to break the fourth wall on you. Coffee is not food.
Coffee is food.
No, it's not. Coffee is a drink.
Water is food. Yes, it is a drink, but it is also food.
Gwyneth Paltrow made a candle. So what is that considered? Nasty? If y'all don't know, Google it.
Don't Google it.
Google it. That's your assignment. So I want to know from the people, if we can get anybody to...
There's no people yet.
It doesn't matter.
There
I'm
are
going to
no
assume
people.
there's people.
There's no people.
No, listen. In my opinion, a caramel scented candle is not scented after food. Now, if you have a bacon scented candle, I'm all for it.
How can bacon be food, but
Here, I'll give you one. And I'll give
caramel
you,
not be food?
I'll give you a one.
You,
Because
you
I have
take
to
both
every
and
time
you put
I
them in
talk.
your mouth, you chew them and you swallow them. That's food.
No, that's not food.
My
Sorry.
God.
How about a pizza scented candle?
Food.
Yes, food.
Yes.
Yeah, but not caramel.
Pizza scented candle would be really good. I feel like that's kind of hard though. Just because.
Not a Tootsie Roll. That's not food. That's candy.
Oh my God.
It's a type of food, but it's not food. It's
You
food.
literally just said it's a type of food.
No, it's not. No, forget it. It's like saying that ants are animals. Not. They're insects.
They are still animals.
Oh my gosh.
We are not those people.
No, we're not. But the candle thing you brought, that was you, not me. I didn't bring up the candle thing.
I know. I was using it as an example that, oh yeah, candles always smell like
Okay.
food. And look
Here's
at
the one that says
candle right there.
Bath and Body Works Candy Emporium. The girls bought this, by the way, not us, but scented candle. It's Candy Emporium. I don't know. I can smell. I think it's green apple. Green apple is.
Green apple.
I'll say that's
candy.
food.
It smells like cotton candy.
Oh, cotton candy. I can't. My allergies are weird.
And
dude.
honestly,
I
this
can't
one's like really burnt down, so it's kind of just smells like burnt. Fruity candy, sweet confections, pillowy mints, and natural oils.
But it doesn't It doesn't say fruity candy food smell.
Because everybody on the planet knows that
Oh.
fruit and candy are food.
Food. I mean, fruit. I'll give you, but not water, bro. That's a liquid. It's
Apparently,
not...
this is also Beards Do Their Last podcast.
All right. Well, whatever, dude. I guess we'll leave it up to the people that we don't have.
There's no people. There's no people,
That's-
so we
that's
won't
fine.
hear
All
anything.
right. Well, until next time when beers do a second podcast. Yeah.
I feel like the next one's probably not going to have a title yet because we're not going to know what the title is until we, actually do it. Because we can't think of a title before we do the show. You can only be this one because this one's very obvious. This is our first run and we're at 40 minutes and I got to go. I have a showing
Are we
in literally
done?
10 minutes.
Did we stop?
No, we're not stopping yet.
Oh, is this going to be in the video? still?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Of course it is.
How are you gonna make
a reference to having to do my job?
Yeah, that's true. We are realtors.
We are
That is
realtors.
very true, and we're just we vowed not to talk too much about it. And I feel like we did, but I feel like we had to because we at least. I feel like that's part of the intro of us. Like, hey, this is what we do, and this is why we don't like it when people say we get paid too much. Hey, wait a minute. Does the rule count during a podcast too? Can we not say the C word? Commission, bro.
I know what
Calm
the C
down.
word is. No, we're allowed to advertise on anything personal.
My forehead cut off again?
Yes.
Dude, come on. That's not cool, bro.
It's only a little bit cut off. It's just half of your dome.
Oh, okay. Right now?
Just a little bit.
But I was like this.
Yeah, now it's like right at your forehead.
Oh, dude, that's not. It looks like I'm like.
You gotta do. If you do this right here, your head goes into the crevice of the camera. There you go. Perfect. Stay right there.
Stay like this the whole
Stay
time.
like that the whole time.
I'm just gonna have to be like.
See, I'm
back here.
cut off. When I'm right here, I'm cut off too. That's like it's fine. We'll
not
figure out
funny.
different camera angles. This is the day we started.
That's
you
what
know?
happens when we use like phones from 2004 to record these videos. I'm just kidding, bro. Calm down. Dang, calm down. The equipment's great.
The
Okay?
equipment is great.
Yes, we're not using flip phones with old.
No.
Remember the reversible cameras that would turn? Do you remember those? We used to sell a ton of those at Verizon.
On Kyocera's, right? Was the
Yeah, I
Kyocera
think so.
phone that had the flip?
I think so.
Yeah.
and then the camera could it could be the front facing, and then you would turn the
Yeah.
camera, and it would face
It would just
the
be
other
like,
side.
Yeah.
We sold a ton of those.
Yeah.
I worked at Verizon.
Yeah.
For those that don't know.
I worked at Radio Shack.
There you go.
So,
Yeah.
we were definitely.
That's great.
Okay, look it. So, obviously, we've got Spotify and Apple Podcasts and
Yeah.
Bald and the Beardiful on all of the things except for TikTok. Technically, it's still Bald and Beardiful until May 31st, and then we can change it to Bald and the Beardiful to match everything else. So May 31st will.
But they'll know
June
because the picture is the same on all the.
The picture is the same.
Yeah, so it's okay.
But right now, technically, TikTok is not that actual username. But
What is it? Bald what?
on
Bald,
TikTok right
bald
now, it's just
and Beardiful.
it's just Bald and Beardiful.
Yeah, it's the letter N, not and.
Yeah.
Just because
Even
if not,
though-
you're gonna go to Bald and the Beautiful, which is a completely different podcast
That
that
is
we
not
do
us.
not want you to go to because it's not us, not because we care. I mean, you can go, but and have fun, but with it. But yeah.
So future show, we want to talk about being bald. We want to talk about beard care. We want to talk about maybe a little bit of
that'd be
real
fun.
estate. We want to talk about living in SoCal. Like I said,
Yeah,
I'm a Disney fanatic, and we like going. Well, we don't. Go
I mean,
places.
you know
we actually
what?
don't go to places together. Maybe we have to stop. We have to start doing stuff together.
Yeah, especially for our social media. If not, it's kind of weird.
All right.
We have
Wait, so
we
we have to,
have
like,
done
be, like,
stuff for
real?
each other's social
We
media.
have to be like real friends now. Now that we're doing this, we have to be like real friends.
Damn it.
Damn. All right.
No, we have done stuff for each other's social media
Oh,
when
yeah,
we
of course.
when we posed as each other because
Yeah.
people get us confused all the time apparently because I have a nose ring that you can't see and spacers in my ears apparently.
Some lady came
And
in
a long
yesterday and she
beard.
goes, "Are you John?" And I was like, "No, I'm not John." Everybody confuses us, but it's all right.
And for a while there was somebody that confused us for years,
Mhm.
and we told her every time,
Every single time.
if you're watching, Tracy. Still love you though.
I know, she still comes in every once in a while and she's like, "Oh, you're not John." And I was like, "No, I'm definitely not John this time."
Now they'll call me Other Brian, or
Other
they'll
Brian.
call you Other John.
Other John, yeah.
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 But anyways, yeah, I know the social media is going to be cool.
I feel like my beard's longer than yours.
Mine used to be longer than what it is, but I have trimmed it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
Man, I've been following this guy on TikTok. He's got like a 3-foot beard. Oh, I want his beard so bad. I want it so bad.
sounds weird.
I
I
honestly haven't trimmed my beard.
I'm
in
not
a really
gonna
long
lie.
time.
The guy that has a huge beard that like braids it on
Yes.
camera,
Yeah.
that guy's cool. Like I want to just invite him onto the
Is
podcast.
he like the
Just-
ripped dude that's got like all the tattoos? He's like,
I don't pay attention. I just know that he's the guy
always
that
shirtless in every video.
I
that
get.
he
Yeah,
does.
I think so. But
Yes.
all he does is beards the
Yeah.
or braids
Just
the
because
beard.
he's ripped doesn't mean that you're homosexually in love with him, John. Okay,
That's not where I was going
that
with it, but okay.
seems like that's where you were going with it.
No, I'm talking about just the fact that he braids it and it looks like
Yeah.
regular hair when it's
Oh, when he does that. Oh no, that's
Yeah,
that
yeah,
other guy.
and he does
like,
the
he
yeah.
wraps it and does all that thing, and all of a sudden it just looks like a normal beard like this.
yes,
Yes.
that guy.
That dude.
Yeah,
His
you're the
beard
one
is
that
also
watches
intense.
beard guys with no shirts on. So
Yeah, I mean, he comes up all the time.
he
now.
does. It's because we look at beard care stuff and oils, and
Yeah.
so naturally they're going to throw a bunch of beard stuff on there. So
Yes. So that is what we are going to talk about for future stuff, and we're going to keep on all that stuff, and we're going to try to do it every 2 weeks. And please go follow us on our social media.
yeah, follow us
And
right there.
we'll put our personal ones on there too. You can follow us on personal or the podcast one. I don't care. Either one's fine with me as well. That's it for today. And for this one, we're going to wrap it up. And then we're going to come back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, absolutely.
And we'll have more stuff to talk about.
Yes, if we're brave enough, maybe we'll record early next week and just pop one off next week.
Maybe.
But you're going to
Depends
have
on
to
schedule.
release it when
It's
I'm
graduation
here.
right now, and I feel like I've got a very busy
You're going to
next
have to
couple of
release it when I'm not here because I'm driving to Texas, ironically, next week. So,
weeks. So then we're not recording next week then.
ironically, to the Dallas area. There you go.
Go visit your cowgirls.
Listen, dude. The
No,
cowgirls
no, no.
are
We got to go. We got to go.
It's the cheerleaders. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.